right, it's a Monday. Welcome to Breakfast Central. Let's take you to East Africa, Ethiopia, more to be precise, with the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. He's won the country's delayed elections with an overwhelming majority. Now, according to the country's election board, Abiy's Prosperity Party won 410 out of 436 seats, giving him another 5-year term in office. Now, polls were not held in the war-torn area of Tigray region, where many thousands are living in famine conditions.
Now, in all, a fifth of the country failed to take part in voting owing to insecurity and logistical problems. Now, our East Africa correspondent Abdul Aden now joins us to unpack the details. Good morning, Abden.
Morning, Abden. Good to have you back on Breakfast Central this morning. Yes, finally a winner has emerged. Perhaps many might say was quite obvious.
Yes, indeed. But then again, having the announcement of the election results a period earlier than the anticipated timelines, the set timelines, and in a peaceful manner with the ceasefire in Tigray, beyond the results, beyond the majority victory for Abiy Ahmed, a stable Ethiopia and successful elections is the headline.
Right. Now, Abdul, looking at the work of President Abiy since 2018 when he came into power, he clamped down on corruption. He did try to release a lot of political prisoners. He also installed more women in his cabinet. But now, a new government is expected to be formed in October. However, there are concerns about the election's integrity, and the opposition parties say that a government crackdown against their office officials has disrupted their plans to prepare. Also, in May 2021, the EU came out and accused Ethiopia of failing to guarantee the independence of its election. What does this say about the polls generally?
Well, you've stated clearly there the reactions about the validity of the elections, but what has been the main story is the Africa Union election observer mission group led by Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, former Nigerian president, calling the elections to be credible, free and fair. As it was some of the other highlights from the outcome of these elections. Yes, it's very well known that there are a lot of criticism from the opposition, from different human rights organizations such as Amnesty International. But on the other hand, the key observer mission group, the Africa Union, has reiterated that if indeed the credibility of the elections is something that African organizations or African policy bodies are in charge or involved with it, then there should be no doubt. And there's been a very famous quote that has been trending also in the social media in the last few days and also in various media across from former President Olusegun Obasanjo, where he called on for respect of African interpretation and African belief in African issues. So President Abiy Ahmed indeed has a lot of work ahead of him, considering much doubt on the credibility of the elections.
All right, Abden. Now, securing a parliamentary majority, vote gives Abiy's Prime Minister, the tenor, a governing mandate, and focus will now quickly turn to how he will deal with the mounting challenges like the war in Tigray, and his government, has been accused of power and blocking phone lines across that region. Now, the question is, what approach do you think, Abiy Ahmed's government will be adopting to surmount these challenges, in this new government?
Well, indeed, having won 410 out of 547 constituencies, that is indeed a huge margin. Well, we know that he hasn't yet posted any message since the announcement of the results by the National Elections Board of Ethiopia, the NEBE. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, who is also getting elected for the first time, after getting power last time as part of the reforms or political reforms in Ethiopia. One of the key obstacles ahead of him now is reuniting the country, winning back the faith or the belief and the trust of some of the regions that not only boycotted the elections, but also have expressed concerns over government's handlings of its affairs. But Olu and Oli, the other highlight of this election has been, for the first time, we've had a Somali female legislator elected to the federal parliament of Ethiopia. because we very well know that we also have the Somali region in Ethiopia, which also had challenges related to these elections. But it is one that is going to show the continent how Ethiopia will overcome the hurdle that has shown doubt or concerns about Ethiopia's handling of internal matters.
Right. Now, this is a very peculiar situation because Ethiopia is the second most populous nation in Africa after Nigeria. And we know the election did not hold in some regions of the country. In fact, out of 10 major regions, election held in 7 of this region. Now, another round of election has been scheduled for 6th of September. Tell us how this will play out and if we would eventually see elections in Tigray.
First of all, the National Elections Board of Ethiopia has a huge relief because it's left with some regions, and having been able to announce the results of some of the regions, a huge number within a short span of time, it means that what we expect from the body in the next few days is to try and announce what actions or what steps is going to put in place to ensure the facilitation of the elections in some of the regions that had some challenges or even boycotted the elections. But what we indeed know that the remaining regions which haven't yet held their elections will not, what they call, hold the country in ransom. Ethiopia will pick up from these elections, but it will also set a new calendar and a new mechanism to ensure the remaining parts also undertake their democratic process in order to ensure that the country moves forward. One of the key things, the two key things has been the ceasefire in the Tigray region, as well as the filling of the dam, which has really gone on not as earlier expected and anticipated, the issues of Sudan and Egypt. But how it plays out remains a matter of attention and concern.
All right. Well, thank you very much, East Africa correspondent Abdinor Arden, for coming once again on Breakfast and continue to monitor the situation in Ethiopia. But clearly it was quite obvious Abiy Ahmed was taking that one. Thank you very much, Arden. Thank you once again.